Clown horror stories. Clown horror stories have always held a peculiar spot in the collective psyche of horror enthusiasts. There's something inherently unsettling about clowns. Entities meant to bring laughter and joy, twisted into figures of dread and terror. Perhaps it's the exaggerated features, the garish makeup, or the fact that their true emotions are masked, leaving much to the sinister imagination. Regardless, clown horror stories have become a staple of the genre, exploring the dark side of these jesters through various forms of media. From Stephen King's iconic creations to lesser-known yet equally chilling tales, let's dive into the eerie world of clown horror. Stephen King. When discussing clown horror stories, it's impossible not to mention the master of horror, Stephen King, and his seminal work, It. King introduced the world to Pennywise the dancing clown, a malevolent entity that preys on the children of Derry, Maine, every 27 years. Unlike traditional clowns who exist to entertain, Pennywise is a shapeshifter that taps into its victims' deepest fears, often appearing as a clown to lure children with a facade of friendliness before revealing its true, terrifying nature. Stephen King's It isn't just a story about a scary clown. It's a complex narrative exploring themes of childhood trauma, the power of memory, and the loss of innocence. The novel alternates between two timelines, following a group of children, self-named the Losers Club, in the 1950s, and then as adults in the 1980s, who must confront their past and the horror that haunts their town. King uses the character of Pennywise not only as a source of horror but also as a metaphor for the evils that lurk within society and the personal fears that each character must overcome. King's portrayal of Pennywise has had a profound impact on popular culture and the clown horror subgenre, setting a high standard for terror and complexity. The character's ability to embody the fears of its victims makes it one of the most psychologically terrifying entities in horror literature. Furthermore, King's exploration of the dichotomy between the innocence of childhood and the corruption of adulthood through the lens of a horror story adds a layer of depth that is rarely seen in clown horror narratives. Clown in a Cornfield. Adam Cesari's Clown in a Cornfield offers a riveting contemporary spin on the classic clown horror motif. The narrative is rooted in the sleepy town of Kettle Springs, where a series of gruesome deaths begin to unravel the community's fabric. Central to these disturbances is a malevolent clown figure, emerging from the shadows of the cornfields, where it seems to watch, wait, and ultimately strike. What sets Cesari's tale apart from conventional clown horror stories is its adept weaving of societal commentary with pulse-pounding terror. The clown, adorned in traditional garb but armed with modern malevolence, symbolizes not just a physical threat, but a broader critique on the erosion of community values in the face of technological advancement and social media saturation. This figure becomes a mirror reflecting the town's, and by extension, society's dark underbelly, where the disconnect between generations has reached a boiling point. Cesari masterfully uses the horror genre's trappings to explore the anxiety surrounding change, the loss of tradition, and the fear of the future, making Clown in a Cornfield a stand-up narrative that resonates with contemporary concerns. Klutzo the Clown. The tale of Klutzo the Clown veers from the realms of fiction into the chilling corridors of reality, presenting a story that is as tragic as it is horrifying. Unlike the supernatural dread embodied by characters like Pennywise or the allegorical menace of the clown in Clown in a Cornfield, Klutzo's story is rooted in the real world, reminding us that sometimes the most terrifying stories are those that can, and have, happened. Klutzo, Vornaman Paul Carlock, was a professional clown who brought laughter and joy to children's parties, hospitals, and charity events. On the surface, Klutzo was the epitome of what a clown should be: jovial, entertaining, and beloved by children. However, this facade masked a darker truth, one that would eventually unravel, revealing a deeply disturbing reality. The horror of Klutzo's story lies not in grotesque makeup or sinister intentions visible from the outset, but in the betrayal of trust and the violation of innocence. Klutzo was discovered to be living a double life. Behind the cheerful exterior was a man who had exploited his position to commit heinous acts. The revelation sent shockwaves through the community, challenging the perception of clowns as harmless purveyors of fun and forcing a reevaluation of who can be considered a monster. This real-life horror story underscores a different kind of fear that clown horror stories can evoke, the fear of the familiar turned fiendish. Klutzo's dual existence as a beloved clown and a criminal serves as a harrowing reminder of the potential for evil to hide in plain sight, masquerading under the guise of laughter and amusement. Floppy Shoes Apocalypse. Floppy Shoes Apocalypse emerges as an intriguing anthology in the realm of clown horror, compiling tales from a variety of authors who each bring their unique spin to this chilling genre. This collection is not just a simple rehashing of the typical clown as a monster narrative. Rather, it ventures into uncharted territories, presenting clowns in an array of roles that span the spectrum from the sinister to the sympathetic. The anthology's strength lies in its ability to showcase the multifaceted nature of clowns, entities traditionally seen as purveyors of joy, now reimagined within the framework of horror. The stories range from those centered around cursed circuses that trap both performers and audience in a nightmare without end, to tales of demonic jesters who wield their powers with a malevolent glee. Yet, what makes Floppy Shoes Apocalypse truly stand out is its willingness to explore the clown figure as more than just an emblem of terror. In its pages, clowns also emerge as figures of tragedy, their painted smiles masking the sorrows of a misunderstood existence. Some narratives push the boundaries further, portraying clowns as outcasts striving for acceptance, or even as reluctant heroes, battling against the very stereotypes that have vilified them. This breadth of representation challenges readers to reconsider their preconceived notions about clowns, offering a nuanced perspective that goes beyond the surface-level scares. The creativity and diversity found within Floppy Shoes Apocalypse highlight the anthology's contribution to the evolution of clown horror stories. By bringing together such a wide range of voices and visions, the collection demonstrates the genre's capacity for growth and adaptation. It invites readers into a world where the familiar form of the clown is deconstructed and reassembled in unexpected ways, providing a fresh lens through which to view these enigmatic figures. The Pillow Family Circus. Will Elliott's The Pillow Family Circus thrusts readers into the heart of a circus that is anything but ordinary. This novel, teetering on the edge of dark comedy and sheer grotesquerie, introduces us to Jamie, whose mundane life takes a harrowing turn when he's forcibly inducted into the ranks of the circus's clowns. Unlike the conventional jesters found in children's parties or parades, these clowns belong to a realm where chaos and violence are the main attractions, and survival is a performance art of its own. In this twisted circus, the act of donning clown makeup becomes a transformative, almost alchemical process, blurring the lines between reality and nightmare. Jamie's journey is a visceral exploration of identity and the loss thereof as he navigates a world where to laugh is to mock death itself, and to cry is an admission of defeat in the face of an ever-looming madness. Elliott masterfully crafts a narrative that is as much a critique of the masked society forces us to wear as it is an exploration of the innate human fear of losing oneself to those roles. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.